Hey, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video, we're going to be making a gorgeous spring and summer wreath using only materials I got off Amazon. If you are excited to learn how to make this wreath, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. And just so you know, everything I'm using in this video is going to be linked in the description below. The first thing you're going to need is a 14-inch grapevine. This is not from Amazon, although they are on Amazon. Mine's from Michael's, but you can also find them on Amazon. And then I have a few different kinds of greenery. I have this one. It's got really interesting leaves. The pack I got came with more than these two, but I think this is all I'm going to use for this wreath. And then I really like this one. I believe it's Italian ruscus. So pretty. I love it. This might be my favorite greenery that I got off Amazon. Before I show you the other greenery, I got two different kinds of floral bushes. I got this kind. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love these peonies. They're so soft and pretty. And then I got these, which are a little different, but same kind of idea. I thought the colors looked so good together, and I wasn't sure which bouquet I would like more, so I ordered both so I could show you. And then this was a really fun shop. A lot of these are for making wedding decorations, like a lot of Amazon places that sell stuff so you can do DIY wedding decor and things like that, or your own wedding bouquet. And this was actually a filler for people making your own wedding bouquets, and there's tons of different options and colors. There's fall ones with some really pretty dried looking things. But I got this bundle. There's also some pearls in it, but I'm not going to use those. But I thought this would be fun for adding some filler. So we have some little white flowers with nice long stems, and I can use all these. I'm going to save all these stems for later because I like to make my own picks out of them. So these are great. You can bend them however you like. So this came with 3 different kinds of white flowers. These are really cool. And then these from the beginning. And 2 different types of greenery. I thought these were pretty. I really got it for this greenery. It's all going to fit together in this wreath. And of course, we're also going to be using hot glue and my hot glue gun and my favorite wire cutters. These are also linked in the description below if you're interested. I highly recommend these. Okay, so I've already cleaned off my grapevine. I've trimmed it up, made it nice and neat. And now we're gonna add some greenery. I'm going to start with this one because it's the most luscious. So I'm just gonna cut some pieces off like so, all the way up. And I did get more than what I'm showing you here, but I don't think I'm gonna need it all for this one wreath. So to save table space, I'm not putting it all in. So what I'm doing, I'm just bending this along, and I'm just gonna put these picks all through the grapevine. And first I'm gonna start toward the outer part of the grapevine. Since these pieces have more on the inside, I'm going to save them for the inside, and I'm going to cut up the rest of this. Really simple. And I'm gonna be filling in more around this. This is just to start it off. And now I'm gonna start filling in toward the middle to give this middle and inside section. And I start on the outside like that to get the outside nice and wide and big. And I don't like to put a ton toward the middle because we don't want to lose the hole in the middle. We want it to really look like a wreath. A lot of people put too much in the middle, in my opinion, and you lose it. And I like to have a good size hole in the middle. And right now my wreath is looking a little oval, so I gotta make sure that these parts even it out. And really, you could just add in double the amount of this greenery. Basically, the whole pack of this greenery I got would make a really thick and full, gorgeous wreath all on its own. So you don't have to use all the stuff. I think this one I could do, in fact I might. This would be a gorgeous, just all the way greenery wreath. Oh, and I have one more piece. Let's see. Where should I put it? Okay, now I'm going to add in our second greenery. This one adds a little more texture, but the color is very similar, so it doesn't add a lot of depth of color, but it does add some depth of texture because the leaf shape is very different. Not very different, but it's kind of different. So I'm just going to add this in to fill in any holes. And don't be afraid to let it go further out of the grapevine. You don't need to have everything nice and compact in the grapevine. It looks really pretty if you let it fly away from the grapevine more. So you can make a pretty decent sized wreath on just a 14-inch grapevine. Isn't that pretty? And once again, you could stop at this level too. You could just leave it as it is, as a gorgeous greenery wreath. I'll probably just add a little bit more greenery than what I did. Now I'm going to move on to our other greenery just to fill in some gaps. Let's see. I'm going to try and just use half of this. I love these clippers. So I'm just going to use these to fill in around the wreath. Add in another texture, but it's also very similar, but just to fill it in more. Okay, so now we have that kind in there. It's starting to look more full and fluffy, which I love. Now we're going to add in these leaves, and they're so cute. They're like one at a time. It's a great filler. And once again, I'm going to use about half of these because I'm going to be making another style of wreath using the same materials from Amazon. Because the materials I got, I have enough to make more wreaths than just this one. So if you are interested in that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I come up with a new video, because I don't think you're going to want to miss that. So same materials, different style wreath. But for now, let's focus back on this one. Okay, now we're done with the greenery portion. What do you think so far? Now we're gonna add in our florals. So like I said earlier, I have 2 different bouquets and I have these white flowers. Look at them all together. Be pretty. And of course, when I ordered them, I got more than these bouquets. You actually get quite a few, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna start with my favorite bouquet. I think this is my favorite. And the nice thing about this is all of these shops that I ordered from have different colors available. You can, whatever color palette matches your style or your home, you can choose that one. You don't have to choose pink. Of course, I love pink for spring and summer, but there's lots of different options. So make sure you're putting your stems along the grain of the grapevine, and then you can always move it up. So along the grain, and then you can bend your stem so the flower faces up. And since I have 5, I'm just going to make 5 around the wreath. 5 little clusters. Or you could do 1 bouquet cluster on one side, whatever your style is. But I'm going to do 5 around the wreath. And I love that these come with the little extra, this has some eucalyptus with it, with these little pink buds. Those are so cute. So I'm gonna make sure I am rotating so I don't have the same thing next to each other. I do want these to be across from each other though, as much as possible. Isn't that pretty? I love it so far. Yay. Okay, now I'm going to add in these, and I'm going to add them next to the rows that I have. So this has 5 stems, just like before, so each one of these gets a little buddy. I'm going to separate these because I want them on opposite ends. So this one's going to be by himself, which is fine. Okay, so now I'm just going to put these next to the other ones. I'll put some on the inside, some more on the outside, make it look really natural. Okay, now I'm going to add in these. So all I'm going to do is cut the bottoms off so it makes little picks. And it's nice because it just makes another little flower cluster by some of these. So cute. All right, it's looking so pretty. I love it. Now we're gonna add in some more flowers, just to add in some pretty white. And these don't necessarily need to be right next to the flower clusters. And if any of the petals are falling, just glue them right back up. I feel like I need greenery right here. So I'm just gonna grab one more of these. put it in here. So I'm going to add these just around the wreath to bring some whimsy and some more color, to bring your eye out more, so it's not just clumps of pink in the middle. And then we'll bring some on the inside as well. I'll add a couple toward the middle. You run right there. Okay, now I'll add in some of this flower. And I think I'm going to add this kind of into the bouquets, or the little flower clusters. If you see a bad looking leaf, I would just cut it off. That one didn't look very good, so I just cut it off. No one's gonna miss it. Okay, now we're just to our last flower, and this adds another texture, which is really fun. I'll just add some of these just around the wreath. And of course you can stop well before any of these pieces, but it's fun for me to just see what each layer looks like. This wreath would be so pretty for Easter. Oh my goodness, or a wedding, or a baby shower, or just on your spring and summer mantle, on your door. So pretty. All right, there it is. What do you guys think? Isn't it gorgeous? I can't believe this entire wreath, everything in this is from Amazon. Wow, that is so pretty. Let me know if you want me to do a series on wreaths or projects made from things I find on Amazon, because It's different. It's really convenient. If you want something, you order it and it's there in like 2 days. So that's really nice. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this wreath. And I'm going to be using the same materials to make another style of wreath, a little different than this one. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that. And let me know what you think. And don't forget, I will have everything that I use linked in the description below. So if you want to get the exact same thing or something similar and maybe a different color palette, it will be linked down there for you. All right, bye.